Good morning. It is Monday, January 27th, and we're back for another week of third grade. If you're new here, my name's Fletcher Nelson, and I'm a third grade teacher in Minnesota, and I'm just going to bring you along, talk about what we do this week, how things go. Yeah. A few things that I think I want to have this happen this week. We're going to take our Unit 4 math assessment this week, probably on Thursday or Friday. I want to get a couple more word connection lessons going, which I'll show you. We haven't done one for a while. I just have been gone, and it's kind of a cumbersome task. It's not the most exciting thing, but it's really good for them. So when I'll show that throughout the week, but I'm just hoping we get to some of that. I want to, let's see. I don't really know what else. I want to start some longer opinion writing. We've done paragraphs, but I want to expand it to be where they're doing a body paragraph for each reason on whatever their opinion's going to be. So I want to start outlining that. And from there, we also have a couple high schoolers who are starting with us this week. Our child development class at the high school does interns, so we will have a new high school senior who will start this morning. So she'll be here this morning, and she's here 2 days a week. So we'll take some time this morning so she can get to know the students' names and get to know them a little bit. So we'll do a little bit of a softer start with that. And then we had a senior that came in the fall, and his last day was a little bit after winter break, but he needed one more credit, so he's actually going to come back and help out again. So my students will be really excited to have him back. But I don't think he's coming in the morning. I think his was going to be more towards the afternoon this time. So they'll be pumped when he shows up today as well. But yeah, otherwise, I'm just going to get their daily math review passed out and their weekly goal setting passed out. So I'm going to do that and then be ready for them to come in. So I will check in with you later on, let you know what we accomplished today, how things went, that type of thing. So see you in a bit. This is the daily math review. They do this each morning when they come in. I have a word of the day embedded in my morning meeting slides, so they write down their word of the day. They do their daily math. So it's just a spiral review. And then this is their goal setting sheet. I just started this recently. I have them, it says today's goal, but they kind of keep the same goal each day, but I just have them rewrite the goal. That way it's kind of fresh in their mind. So I have them make an academic goal and then a social or a behavior goal. So if they're blurting, or maybe it's been they're running to line up, or just could even be staying organized, or if there's nothing really behaviorally, then they could be a social goal. Maybe it's play with somebody new at recess, or do 5 random acts of kindness, I don't know. And then the afternoon, they just do a little check-in. They go for work completion, rate themselves for following directions, staying organized. And at the end of the day, there's a little bit of a reflection, which changes each day. This one's favorite part of the day is on Monday. Tuesdays, something they learned in school, something they did nice for somebody. So they'll fill that out this morning as well. Now, I will see you later. Okay, goodbye. Hello. I forgot to check in yesterday after school, my bad. And now it is beach day today, so I have my... Ooh, I'll set you down. I got my beach outfit on, but I did put these tights under my swimsuit thing that I'm wearing, but got this on clearance when I was in Florida. So that is the beach fit today for Tuesday. I'm going to fill you guys in quick on what we did yesterday, and then at the end of the day, I'll tell you what we did today. So let's go back to Monday. In the morning, we had a high school student who started for her child development class. She'll be in here a couple days a week. So yesterday was her first day, so we spent some time getting to know her, asked her some questions about herself, introduced all the kids to her, and then we did a gim kit. I put all the kids' pictures into a gim kit and had their names. So we played a gim kit with her. We did capture the flag, and the questions were just students' faces and names to help her get to know them a little bit. And then our math lesson was representing fractions on number lines. So that was our morning with getting introduced to the high school student, and then our math lesson. So that was that. We have something called Fast Bridge this year. It's a progress monitoring, whatever. Words are hard today. Progress monitoring. So I have to do that by Friday. I have to get my students kind of like a digital running record, essentially. So they read 3 passages to me, and I'm keeping track of which words they get incorrect, and then it times them for a minute. So as their fluency and accuracy and that is automatically calculated. So I've been pulling students back to read with me during our intervention and small group time while they worked on some reading passages. Yesterday they read an advertisement, and then there's questions related to it, like what was the purpose of the ad, and what were some features they used to try to persuade people to buy their product, and what problem it solved, and that type of thing. So that was then our morning before lunch and recess. And then in the afternoon, we did a word connections lesson. So these are the affixes we've added to our affix bank through our word connections lessons. This is the first year I've used this. It's meant to be like an intervention, but I feel like it's been really good for our students since, still a little bit lower just post-COVID, and our reading curriculum isn't, it doesn't follow the science of reading. So I feel like this has been really good for them just to learn word parts and to have some kind of like built-in phonics instruction at an upper grade. I think next year I'll try to do all of these earlier in the year, where this year, since I just was getting into it, I haven't done too many of them. But we did not add a new affix yesterday during our lesson, but I'll show you what we did. So I like it because each lesson starts with phonics patterns reviews, like a review of them, and then there are also some nonsense word we read, so I feel like that's good help for everybody, especially when some of them are like multisyllabic words, so that's super helpful. And then there's some different components, so like sometimes we do add something to our affix bank. They always have these spotlight words, so students on their whiteboards, they wrote down the spotlight words and they use their affix bank to make new words. Like yesterday, some of the words were like effect, so like they could like make like affection, or there was record, so it could be like records, or I guess you could call it like record, so it could have been recorded. So they were using their affixes yesterday on their whiteboards to make those new words out of their spotlight words. But then there's also different components. So this is the speedy read. In this one, the pattern was TION, SION, so there was the shun in this one. And for the speedy read, that one they're seeing how many words they can read in 30 seconds. There's also beat the clock, and on beat the clock it has these words that have some of these affixes, and they read this one twice and they try to beat their time. So they have a partner and they record their time, how long it takes them to read them the first time and the second time. So again, I like that it's getting them to read words with the affixes and some of the patterns that we've talked about. And then the last piece on there is some sentences where it has two words and they have to circle which one is the correct one to use in that context. So that was our reading. And then for social studies yesterday, we started mapping. So we talked about the 7 continents, and then we talked about just from there, like what continent we live on, what country, what state. And then from there, I introduced the concept of Mystery Skypes. So I love doing a Mystery Skype. If you've never heard of those, it's where you video chat. So typically it's not on Skype anymore. It's like a Google Meet. But you Google Meet with another class, and the students don't know where each other are from. And you ask yes or no questions to figure it out. So like, are you west of the Mississippi River? Does your state border an ocean? Does your state border another country? Those types of questions, and they're trying to figure out what state that class is from. So I always practice with my class first, so I chose random states and wrote them on a sticky note, and my students practiced asking those yes or no questions. And it led to good discussion. Like a lot of them were like, are you by an ocean? So then we talked about like, we want to ask things that are like factual, not like an opinion. Like, because maybe I think it's close to the ocean, but you don't. So make sure you're saying, like, do you border an ocean? That type of stuff. So they did pretty good. I think we did 2 rounds yesterday. So if we have time, usually I start with the whole class going against me. And eventually, to practice, I will split them in half and let each group choose a state. And they're trying to guess each other's. And when we're ready, we'll do it with some actual real life other classes. So that was kind of the introduction to our mapping for social studies. And then I ended the day with reading some out of my mind. So that was yesterday. Now today, right now it's the afternoon. I'm about to go out for recess duty. But in the morning, we did obviously our morning routine. So they did like their word of the day. They did their daily math. And then we played a trash ball review. And we didn't quite finish it. We'll probably finish it tomorrow and then take our unit test the following day. But after the trash ball review, we played the dice game Skunk. You can Google the rules, but it's very simple. But I had never played with my class this year. And the high school student was here again because she comes on Mondays and Tuesdays. So I wanted something that she could participate a little bit more in instead of just sitting and watching, so she was able to play the round with us. And my class really enjoyed it. They want to play again. So skunk. Super easy, you just need 2 dice. I do it onto the document camera. Students write on a whiteboard, but you can just Google the rules. It's very, very simple. So that was our morning. We took a break outside, and then we did our reading intervention. So I kept going with my fast bridge testing, and students were just reading a passage. Today it was a personal narrative they were reading. So they were working on that while I was pulling kids back to read with. So that's our day so far. I will come back at the end of the day and let you know what we do this afternoon. So see you then. Goodbye. It is the end of the day. I'm a little sleepy, but it was a pretty good afternoon. Let's see. When we come in, every day when we come in, they grab their books and they read. It's just a good transition for if kids need to use the bathroom, get a drink. Then like we're not waiting for those kids if I'm trying to like get into a lesson or something. And it also helps them just like go from like being excited from outside to just getting back into school mode. And while they were reading, I did a couple of our fast bridge assessments that I need to have done by Friday. So I pulled a few kids back and was reading with them. So we did that. We read the book, which if you haven't read this book, it's a great one because it's just literally about poop. So kids are cracking up the whole time. But it's called What Do They Do With All That Poo? And it talks about what zoos do with all the poop from all the animals. It also talks about just like how different each animal's poop is, and like wombats have cube-shaped poop, and it helps mark their territory so it doesn't roll away, so the cubes are ideal there. So we read that book, and then I had them on a fill-in a graphic organizer with the main idea and then supporting details for the book. We also finished our review game from this morning for trash football. And we did a practice mystery Skype. They did good. I chose a state. I did Kentucky, and I told them they had 10 questions to ask to figure out what state I was from. So yes or no questions. They had to work together as a class. And if they did that in 10 questions, they could get a Jolly Rancher. And they did it in 6. So that was good. We had snack. They went to specials. I read some of Out of My Mind. That was our day. So tomorrow it is Neon Day, so I will be back here tomorrow for Neon Days. But anyways, I'm going to go home. Actually, I'm not going home yet, but when I do, I will be going to sleep early tonight. So anyways, see you in the morning. Goodbye. Good morning, guys. It is Wednesday, January 29th. I always have to look at the clock to know the date. Wednesday, January 29th. It is Neon Day, so I had like a bright pink shirt I wanted to wear. I do have like a lime green one, but it was dirty. But I do have the pink Zubas to go with it, so any chance to wear sweatpants, I'm taking it. So it is Neon Day. Let's see. Today we don't have anything that changes our schedule at all, but I think for math we're going to just review one more day and then do our math test tomorrow. And then, yeah, I guess I'm just going to go from there, and then I'll let you know more of what we do today. We'll probably do another word connections lesson this afternoon, and some more Mystery Skype practice, but we'll see for our mapping skills. But I'll let you know for sure. So I'm still tired today. I was really tired of that day yesterday. I slept a lot last night. I got a lot of sleep. I didn't wear my watch. I like when I wear it because it tells me whether I got good sleep or not. A lot of times my sleep score is terrible. Like a 83 is like the highest I've ever gotten. Usually I'm in like a low 70 or mid 60s. So I've even like made sure I cut out like caffeine in the afternoon, like, because I know that can impact it, and drink enough water and exercise, and I still, like, I'll fall asleep and sleep long, but it's never like good quality sleep apparently. I think I just move. It always says I was restless. I think I just move around too much in my sleep. But anyways, I don't know what my sleep score was last night. I just know that I'm still tired today, but it's nice out again, it feels like my windows weren't iced over this morning, and it's feels like it's above freezing, so that's great. So it's gonna be a good day. So happy Wednesday. I will check in with you later on today. It is the end of the day. So here is what we did today in 3rd grade. Like I said, this morning we went over our pre-assessment. So this is pretty much the same format as the test will be, just different numbers. So I gave each student a copy and I let them try the problem. Then we talked about it and went over it together. So the first is pretty straightforward. It's measurement, but just using like word problems, I mean. And then the next page, we have a little bit of measurement and some time. Third page was a little bit of time and then some fractions. And then ending off with fractions on a number line and some number statements, and then just some questions for them to think about and decide whether they agree or disagree. So that is what we did this morning for math. And then since we finished that, we had a little bit of time. So we played Skunk again because I really enjoyed it yesterday. But I changed it. So again, Skunk, you're rolling 2 dice. And each letter is a different round. And when you get a 1, that round's over. And anybody who's still standing gets a 0. And if double 1s are rolled and you're still standing, you lose all your points in the game so far. And normally it's addition, but today we did it with multiplication. So the first round, it was 2 times 2 is 4. And students decide if they want to keep the 4 and play it safe and sit down, or if they want to stay standing. And then the next one we rolled had a 1. So that means that's 0. So if you were still rolling, you got a 0. This is my score. I got a 0. Next round, 0. Next round, I got a 0. And you can see there weren't very long rounds. The first one was 3 times 2, then 4 times 3 with a 0. And then the next round's got a little bit longer. So it's more fun when this happens because like we got 36 and then we got 30. So it was at 66. So students had, if they were still standing, hey, are you going to keep the 66 or are you going to sit? And then it kept going for a while. So this one got up to 86 before we rolled a 1. And that's just, it gets really intense and fun. So it was fun playing with multiplication today. So instead of adding the 2 dice that I rolled, we multiplied them. And then again, the round goes until a 1 is rolled. So, and whoever has the most out of all 5 rounds wins. So we played a little Skunk and we kept track. So our winner had 182 points. So that's the record so far. So I'll kind of keep this up on the board and keep track of whoever our all-time leading Skunk leader is. So that was our math this morning. For reading, I made this anchor chart with them, just talking about summarizing. So someone wanted But So Then, and then I wrote an example summary on a book we've all read, The Can Man. And then today, I read them the book, Those Darn Squirrels Fly, and The Cat Next Door. And then after they had to write their own summary on this book using that method. So that was a good chunk of a reading. And then we also started talking about argumentative writing. So today we just started talking about like kind of opinions and what it means to have an opinion, what it means to have an argument, and how people, when they are doing argumentative writing, they need to be looking at both sides of an argument, looking at the facts and deciding which side of the argument they agree with more, what their opinion aligns with best. And today we just talked about how there's an introduction, there's body paragraphs, and there's a conclusion in these argumentative essays. I read one to them, and we just identified those paragraphs. We identified the author's opinion, and then we identified their reasons that support their opinion. And then they read one on their own and identified those things. And now, throughout the rest of the week, we'll practice talking about like hooking your reader and writing an introduction. I'm going to have them read 2 articles kind of on like whether kids should have phones. So they'll read one where it's like, yes, they should and the reasons why, and why they shouldn't and reasons why, and decide which side they agree with. And then they'll eventually be writing their own essays to their opinion and their side of that argument. So we did that first lesson of that today. From there, it was time for snack. They had specials, read some of All in My Mind. And that was our day. I'm still very tired, but what are you going to do? So tomorrow is class color day for our dress-up day. So I'm just going to try to find another way to wear sweatpants. I don't know if I showed you did I show you my neon fit today? Got the pink Zubas. Here it is. And I have a lime green shirt on, but I wore this sweatshirt most of the day. So I had to rock the Zubas today for neon day. But anyways, that's all I got for you today. So I will, I sent home a book order, and because we do Wednesday folders, so all their stuff goes home on Wednesdays. So I sent home a book order, and I also gave them time to look through and kind of make like a wish list. Kind of nice because I feel like, 1, more likely for parents and families to order if they've done that. 2, even if they don't order, it kind of gives me an idea of how to use my bonus points if there's a lot of the same books on their wish lists. I can get those from my classroom library with bonus points. So we also did that. But all right, that's all I got now. I will see you guys in the morning. Goodbye. Good morning, YouTube. It is January 30th, and we're back for another day. SnoBall week. Today's class color day, so green was third grade. It said that staff could wear all colors, but I looked at it this morning, and I didn't. I'm like, I'm just going to wear green because that's what my third graders are going to be wearing, and it was easy to find green sweatpants and a green shirt, so we're going green. I'm going to be tired again today. I had volleyball last night, and I love it. I play volleyball on Wednesdays and Thursday nights, and especially during the winter, it is something that gets me through the winter and like it getting dark so early. But we ended up, when we got back on Wednesdays, I play in a town that's like 30 minutes away, but we meet at a town that's like 20 minutes away, and we'll hang out there for a bit and then go. And then when we got done last night, we stayed and ate dinner and hung out for a bit. So I got home a little later than usual, but it was fun, and I need those nights to help keep me sane and good old work-life balance. So here we are. A little sleepy today, but that's okay. All right, today we're taking that math test this morning, so that will be something like, chill, I guess. And the one downside, like, is our math curriculum, it has such wordy problems. Like, kids need to be able to read to be able to do the problems. So we have recorded all of them on Seesaw so students can listen to it while they're taking the test. So that part's nice. Since we did that last year, we have those recordings already for this year. And I'm anticipating this math test taking a good chunk of our morning. So we will see what happens from there. I'm guessing if we finish and we earlier than I think, kids will want to play skunk again, which I'm fine with because that's fun. And we're doing a little bit more math, especially working with those math facts. But right now, the only thing I'm going to plan on this morning is going to be that math test. And I'll check in at the end of the day, let you know how that goes and how long it ends up taking us and what we do the rest of the day. So we do have the library today, so our afternoons cut a little shorter. But other than that, it'll be a regular day. So I will see you then. Goodbye. Hey guys, it is the end of the day. It is so nice out today. It's like 39 degrees, sunny. It feels like spring. Fantastic. Loving it. Anyways, it was a good day. It was a good day. This morning, the math test, we probably took 45 minutes to an hour for them to like all finish. And I was actually really impressed because they took their time and they just read or did something quietly when they're done. Like no one was trying to talk or be goofy or anything. So I was glad they were respectful to their classmates when they finished and let them really take their time. So by the time that we finished that, then we took our break outside. For reading groups this week, we're going to focus, or the rest of the week, we're going to focus on realistic fiction passages. So we did that. And I also had to finish up a nonsense word assessment on all of my students, so I did that as well. To continue talking about summarizing, we read Jabari Jumps today, and then they wrote me a summary on this book. So again, following just the somebody wanted, but so then. And we also discussed point of view as we were reading. We discussed theme, and we discussed genre of the book. So we had those conversations while we were reading. And then for writing, for argumentative writing, today we focused on the elements of an introduction paragraph. And we just talked about how you start with a hook. We talked about a few different ways to hook your reader, what a thesis statement is, about how you talk about what reasons you're going to be discussing, but you don't actually explain them then, and then restating the thesis statement. So we read a few together that they underlined the parts in an introduction, and then I had them do this one on their own, just identifying those components within an introduction paragraph. We had library, we had snack, we had specials, and I read some of Out of My Mind. So that was our day. So we are back at it tomorrow. Tomorrow will be a little bit different. We have art, and we also have the high schoolers coming over for like a pep fest or something for SnoBall weeks. But anyways, I will check in with you tomorrow, and I hope this weather is here to stay. See you in the morning. Goodbye. Good morning. It is Friday, January 31st. It is finally the last day of January. This has been the longest month, but it's finally the last day. Like I said, today is the last day of SnoBall week. I think I said that yesterday anyways. So it's red and white day, our school colors, so got that going on. Got a red and white hat. I got this hat from a student this year for Christmas, and it's like the most comfortable hat ever. It's an Unreal, like this, the brand's Unreal, and it's like my favorite hat. So had to wear that since it's like the hockey team, so it's school colors. So anyways, today we have art in the morning. Friday is our art day, so my students will have art. We have a pep fest this morning. The high schoolers are coming over, so we'll have that. And then in the afternoon, we do our third grade Friday fun, where we each choose a room, and there's always one learning room that is rotating, and that learning room could be for students who need to finish up work that they did not complete, or it could be for like learning and reteaching like expectations and behaviors if they had a hard time, like needed multiple reminders throughout the week to follow a certain expectation. They might go there and have a little learning time with that, just a little reteaching of expectations again and talking about what they can do differently next week. So as far as for like the work, like if they're using their time in class and get their stuff done, they're great. This is more like, hey, you didn't use your time effectively and didn't use, like my students have plenty of time throughout the week where they have chunks where they could do unfinished work. They can read their early finisher packet. So like they didn't utilize that time to get it finished up. They could always take it home if they wanted. So just kind of a way for them to hopefully practice their time management skills throughout the week. So that's Friday afternoon. So we have quite a few, oops, my battery just died. So we have a lot of schedule changes today. So we will see where the day takes us, but it's good that we got our math test in yesterday, so we kind of wrapped up that unit. So if we don't get a bunch of time to get in our math stuff, at least we'll be starting a fresh unit anyways next week. So that kind of worked out well, and yeah, so I'll just check in at the end of the day, let you know how the day goes, but I'm not gonna lie, I'm very excited to have art this morning. I love art. Our art teacher's amazing, so it's good for my students and it's good for me, because when I have my extra art prep, then nobody else on my team has that same time, so I can't go distract myself in their room. So it's a great productive time for me. So I'm looking forward to that. So anyways, I'll see you guys this afternoon. I'm gonna go drink my coffee. Goodbye. And it is the end of the day. I'm just glad that January is officially done, for at least teaching wise. I know it's not February till tomorrow, but made it through January teaching. So it was a good day. Like I said, I just was tired anyways. But this morning art was awesome because I cleaned my desk while they were at art. When they came back, we we went over the math test. I gave it back so they could see how they did. And then we played around a skunk. They love skunk, which is fun. And then the Pep Fest, the high schoolers got here a little earlier than anticipated. So we went down to the gym for the Pep Fest for SnoBall week, and that was probably like a half hour or so. So then when we got back, we had like 20 minutes till lunch. So we did a gym kit with our word of the day words and had lunch. After lunch, they always come and do, starting with read to self. We read Henry's Freedom Box, and they wrote me a summary. So their summaries have gotten much better from the start of the week, so that was good. And then we practiced Mystery Skype. Did we do 2? No, we just did 1. I chose New Hampshire, so it was a little bit tougher of 1, but they got it in 9 questions, I think. So that was pretty good. And then we had snack. We did our Friday fun, and they went to specials. We had a meeting during their specials, and at the end of the day. So that was the week. I did get a package. It was super nice. So Office Depot had messaged me on Instagram saying like, hey, we'd love to send you a little care package. Let us know if you're interested. And they had said it's gonna need a signature for UPS. And it went out for delivery today, and I'm not home. So I just was like, hopefully it comes back tomorrow on Saturday so I can sign for it. But the office called then, and my UPS driver knew that I worked here and came here and just had the office lady sign, so I had it here. So let me show you what they sent. The thing I'm most excited about is this portable printer. Like, I'm keeping this at school. That'll be nice just for little things, like when I don't want to run down to the office. They sent a bunch of copier paper, which is awesome. Some of it's colored, and then just some white, but like high performance printer paper, and then multi-purpose. They sent a bunch of art stuff, which is awesome because my class loves art. So these scratch art paper pads, command strips, some watercolor paint sets, tape, expo markers, more tape, more markers, sticky notes, more markers, some pens, some glue sticks, and then they sent this nice note with a
$100 gift card. So I did not expect it to be this much, but it's awesome. I already shared some pens too. There was Flair pens and then some gel pens, and I shared with my coworkers. So they already kind of took some of it too. So there was a little bit more. But this was an awesome way to end the longest month of teaching. And on that note, I'm going to take off. It was just a long month of teaching. It felt like a long week. Can't even remember back to the first day of what I talked about when we were recording this vlog. So it'll be interesting watching this back when I'm editing it. But February's next. I think that month will fly by. Fingers crossed. So thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.